Welcome to today's episode of Welcome.
I'm here with very special guests, JJ and Angie, and they came to Terrace from Germany, and we'll find out their journey and everything like that. So thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you. Yeah.
So the only thing I know is you guys came from Germany about 4 years ago.
Yeah, that's
Tell
right.
me more.
We ended up in Terrace just because we came here on a fishing trip, actually. A buddy of mine, he used to work with me in road construction, and he's been here for the last several, maybe more than 15 years, I think, each year for 2 or 3 weeks, depending on however long his vacation is, and just on a fishing trip. And he said, if you travel BC, you gotta come to Terrace, and we go and catch the Chinook, you know. So yeah, that's how we ended up coming up to Terrace,
Okay.
just for fishing.
And then you never left.
Sort of, that's right. Yeah, we arrived on a holiday and turned it into a working holiday, which gave us a visa for 1 year. And during that period of time, we applied for another permit, and right now, since last year, we achieved permanent residency.
Okay,
Yeah.
congratulations.
Kind of
Thank you.
never left. Thank you.
Yeah, that's great. And you know, Terrace is kind of that type of place. You come and
I heard that story a few times, yeah. Quite a few people got stuck here. It's just too
it's
beautiful.
a good place to be stuck.
Sorry for
It
that,
is.
but I kinda...
Yeah. Angie, tell me about a little bit what you're doing.
First, when we arrived in Terrace, I started working for Bird's Deli, and also I worked at Walmart for I think around 4 weeks. And in March 2011, I started working for ALS Minerals, and I worked there since that time as a branch supervisor.
Nice.
And I really enjoy working there. And ALS really helped us in matter of being able to stay and being able to get a work permit and get an extended work permit. And we have just amazing people working there who, yeah, they've been a really big part of our journey to be able to stay and helped us out.
Great,
Yeah.
great, excellent. I think you guys arrived at the right time when things started happening.
I think a
more,
little
it was
bit
easier.
late. We should have arrived like 2 years earlier, got the permit 2 years earlier, and been able to buy a place. If anybody knows a place for sale, let us know for a normal
Let's say
price.
a reliable one for a normal
For a normal price, we're not paying. It's just crazy, and we happy for everybody who gets that asking price. But we.
But
not-
be reasonable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I guess, like you hear, you know, we'd really like to stay. It's a beautiful place.
We love it so much.
We love it a lot.
So back to the carving. So is that something that you did in Germany as well?
I started doing the first carving back in Germany, yes, but I really just count my time as a sculptor since we arrived here in BC, because back in Germany I had a very time-consuming job in road construction, and it didn't allow me to be as creative that I could have been, you know, and I most likely just saw it as a hobby and did 1, 2, 3 sculptures on the side, but in between the first one I did like several years back, and the second one there was a big gap, so that doesn't really count, you know. But since March 2010, I'm working on it full time, and it even expands the chainsaw carving and sculpting, because lately I got into doing murals and paint too, you know.
Yeah. You know, and when I watch you with the chainsaw, I have in my life lifted a chainsaw and tried to cut a tree. And so I know it's not easy. I can barely hold it, and you know. So to watch you, that you go, and you know, just to make something so beautiful.
Thank you.
You know, that's remarkable. I'm responsible for the local competition at Sabon.
Oh,
during
exhibition,
Riverboat
yeah,
Days.
right. During Riverboat Days, during the last couple of years, we had a chainsaw carving exhibition where people can come and see us carving live. That's right.
And what I find really amazing, being in this part of the world where there is such a long history of First Nations carving, it's actually really neat to see that it's yourself, but then there is also George Mackay and some others that are First Nations carvers. So have you kind of looked at each other, how sort of everybody does that differently?
Yeah, I totally love seeing other people's skills, and the traditional native carvers up here, they got quite some skill. And it's amazing to be able to be part of that and share what I know and learn from them, and do the same the other way around. That's just, when we had Ben Giro, for example, helping out to carve, I think it just adds to the variety we're able to show off, and it makes it more interesting for all the people to watch,
Yeah, no, I totally, super interesting to just come by and then see everybody.
We
have
can keep it
different
up
style. Yeah,
and
good.
do it again, and maybe even expand the idea and make it a more interesting event in future. See where it goes.
Yeah, no, thank you for the contribution to Terrace.
You're very welcome.
Having an event like that. And I know that people are really interested in acquiring your and sort of fine pieces as sort of photo ops, or having little different benches to sit on. And,
plenty of ideas we could do
Yeah.
to make this even interactive pieces, like those walls where people stick their head through and take a picture or something. There's plenty of ideas we could work out and bring more beautiful art into the town and make it more interesting for the people.
Yeah, and so that brings me to your next, to your sort of latest visible endeavor, the mural on the side of Gemma's. That's pretty huge.
Thank you. Yeah, it's 560 square foot, and when I started doing it, we had that old Gemma sign on the wall, and that made the wall look like fairly simple and small. I make it in a couple of days, and when the sign disappeared, and suddenly that wall looked like quadruple as big than in the beginning. It was quite a project. My first mural ever. I'm happy I got the chance to do it right there.
You better have a look, because that's an amazing mural. And did you hear you said it was the first mural that you have?
I swear I never painted a bear my whole entire life. This was first try out there on the road. I didn't even think about what I got myself into until I started doing it, because when I paint on a canvas and it doesn't really look 100%, I can just hide it easy. But right there on the highway, there was like, well, I better do a good job, because there is no way to hide it, And it turned out to be an awesome painting. I love it myself, especially the little Kermode bears.
It's so nice that too you made the Kermode bear, but then the cups is both the white and the black, because Kermode bear is a black bear.
Yeah, I think a lot of people associate a lot of stuff with, especially the background, the Sleeping Beauty, which is our local mountain. If you stand in front of the mural and you just turn around and look at the other way, you can see the real deal right there. So pretty neat.
That's awesome. And I look at it, and it's a true portrait of the of the Sleeping Beauty.
It was quite a process. Like Jay and Bruno, the owner from Gemma's, they worked really close together, and it was amazing to see how it changed. And for me, not always the easiest task to live with an artist too. If there's a project going on like the big mural, and I really appreciated when he was finally done.
That's right, because
first I appreciated that he started, and then I appreciated really that he was. I'm really impressed and proud.
but that this had to be.
And it's for me so amazing to see how much love he put in the picture. It's not just a picture. It was not just let's say commission, for sure. That's true, but I think Bruno and the Gemma's wall gave him the opportunity to put all his love that he got for Terrace in that picture and show it. It was a big opportunity. West Point Rental helped us out with the lift, and that is, you see that Terrace they work together.
Yes.
It's not just that somebody's painting a mural. It's like we feel like part of the community, and an important part, not just, you live in that street, that house. We are involved, and we like to get more and more involved and do more for Terrace. Maybe be, dolmetscher, translator, whatever would help, for tourism. And we appreciate it. And I think that mural was one step towards giving something back.
No, and you know, what you raised two important points that I want to sort of explore. Is one is like, it's you can actually tell that your heart is in it, because I don't know, it's just even when you started, it was like everybody was flocking to it, right? Which is both kind of intimidating and exciting at the same time, right? And then two, the other thing is like we always see the artist, right? Everybody admires the artist, but then the support system behind the artist.
I mean, you had to
really
be there
good.
for mostly. I went over my lunch break, and I tried to be there for sure as much as I could. But every time I stopped by to see his process, so many people drove by. I've been so happy. Not just oh yeah, nice picture. I think that it feels like for me people appreciate that much because it is terrace. That wall. It's a big symbol for terrace, and it was amazing.
Yeah.
Not just a painting, it's like every whoa.
Yeah, totally.
That
Yeah.
pushed me as well quite a bit in my art to see that people, even when I just started doing it, they already came by and like, that's awesome, and wow. And second day, they already, a few people realized that that's not just a mountain painting, that's like, wow, Sleeping Beauty, look at this, very cool.
And that's too, for example, native artists came by too, and
Right.
you know, it's amazing to get the feedback from other artists because they know what it means a little bit more sometimes,
Yeah.
and how it works to put all this, you know, all your heart in there, all your energy.
Yeah, right, and you're right, I couldn't do it without the support of Angie here. Thank you very much.
It's so again, I'm always intrigued by art, so I've always been watching it, sort of like, you know, and your carvings just get more intricate and amazing and stuff. And now
Thanks.
painting up the town. What's next?
We'll see.
No limit.
I'll let you know. Maybe pottery, maybe Rockstein band.
Good. What's next for Angie here?
Oh, I really like to stay with ALS, and for sure deliver my skills every day. And it's for me, it's every day the challenge to learn something and to still work on all my English skills. You know, every day a little bit more here and there to improve and make the carver happy.
Keep away the rakes.
That is, yeah, for sure. We're gonna take that away. No, I think for us it's important to be happy, to appreciate our life, and to appreciate what we have. And it's just a matter of being accepted in that amazing, you know, part of the world. It's just, I don't know if people still see it when they grew up here, but if you're not from Terrace or not from Canada, it's an amazing part of the world.
Thank you.
Super awesome.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you so much for doing this. Last minute, you're off to Germany.
Yeah, and
Be exciting.
5 days. And I'm excited, believe me. I haven't been back in Europe for 3 years. Time's running fast. So it's about
Yeah,
time.
and I'm looking forward to go back and visit Germany, but I'm looking forward to go home after that, on the November 5th.
Yeah.
Home to Terrace.
Yeah, that's so good. Do you have a family back in Germany?
Yeah.
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 Nice. I remember when I would go the first time,
Mm-hmm.
I realized how much slower my life was here. And sort of just even ability to sit
Yeah.
and breathe and watch the grass grow if I wanted.
It is, I'm pretty excited, but I'm also pretty scared, because I've been back last 2 years ago, and it was quite different.
Right.
I was crying like a baby for days because I wanted to go home and was homesick.
Homesick to Terrace, yeah.
Yeah.
They told me on the first day I want to come home.
Aw.
Since we're in Canada, I had not one day where I wanted to go back. I had lots of days where I wanted my friends here or family,
Yes.
but I never felt like I want to be there.
That's no, I'm sure you guys will have an amazing trip, but it is nice to feel like Terrace is home, and that I feel like that too, right? It's
And it, I think, took me like 2 weeks until I liked Terrace, until I really started to like it, and now I just love it so much.
Yeah, maybe that's the reason, because we're both born and raised in smaller villages back in Europe, and here in Terrace, it is a city, but you still, because it's so spread out, you still have the feeling of being like in the village we used to live in all our lives, you know. Yeah, because there's so much green around and the beautiful valley. It's just 2 minutes out of town and you're in the middle of the bush, you know, and you can run into bears and moose and you name it.
I know, we have it all.
Yeah,
Have
one
it
of the
all.
beauties about the area.
Yeah.
Fishing right in town, you can just go to Ferry Island and catch all 5 species of salmon right there.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's just an amazing place to be.
Yeah. Well,
And we sure hope we can still call it our home in future. Yeah, I'm working on it.
well, sure.
Yeah.
It will come together. It will come
Together,
together.
that's right.
Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you.
Nice.
Thank you
That's
very
awesome.
much for having us.
Welcome to 2015 Enskina Diversity Society. What do we have prepared for you? Well, right now, we know we are going to continue our International Cooking Fridays, the very popular event. We start cooking at around 4:30, 5 o'clock, and we go until about 6 or 7 and eat together. So we have anybody, all of us, like myself, sharing our favorite recipe, other people coming in helping, and then we learn how to cook it, we learn something new, we learn something about the culture or where the food is coming from, and then we all eat together while we are discussing current events, any topics people bring, like we discuss flu shots, where to find a place to live, all sorts of things, events and what's going on in the community and new ideas. So it's a really great way to connect. And we have long-time residents of Terrace. We have newcomers from all different parts of the world. We have many generations that come together. It's like one big happy family. And we want you to come and share your dish, or first come and just see how we do it and get to know people, and then you will feel more comfortable sharing your dish. So thank you very much for coming and cooking one of our international cooking. What did you make today?
Made a spin-off of a shepherd's pie. I ended up using cauliflower and potatoes for the topping mixture, and really mixed up for the base and used ground beef. You can always use a lamb or pork or a mixture of the meats. And in terms of what we use for the recipe, usually just one sprig.
How much ground beef was there? Like
That was 500.
half a kilo, half a pound?
Yeah. So the nice thing with rosemary, if you chop it up, you can pick out the branches once you've chopped it up because they don't cut very well.
Yeah.
I do, yeah. Garlic makes a
Onions.
huge difference.
Oh,
Garlic,
yeah.
onions, and then of course the rosemary.
Is that rosemary?
This is rosemary. So let's drop it in.
So just to, how much onion you put? Just a
I just put a half onion.
half onion to
Yeah.
1 pound?
Yeah. You know, there's no right
Onions
mix
is
for it.
good.
It's whatever you prefer.
You can do whatever amount you like, I suppose, right?
Yeah.
So rosemary and onion and what else?
And I water rather than using oil. I use water.
Okay.
Just because the beef is usually fat. If you like lamb, you can use lamb. This is I'm boiling potatoes and cauliflower together, and then I'll mash it up.
Wow.
And that'll be for the top. Nice. So what's everyone's preference? Do you guys like your carrots to be a little bit crunchy, or do you like them really soft?
A little bit crunchy is
Well,
fine.
the crunch
I
is
like
good, yeah. So you
Okay.
don't cook them too much, yeah.
Exactly. So what you do is if you want them soft, you put them in a little bit earlier. Okay.
Okay.
Just because it'll give them a chance to soften up. But if you like your carrots crunchy like I do, I put them in near the end.
Okay. You do it like the way you do, and then we'll.
And just being cognizant of salt, fat content, and really increasing the chances of having different vitamins and minerals in the meal. So that's why using the cauliflower rather than potatoes.
Right on. And I like your health sort of aspect on the cooking because you're a nurse. So you really brought that aspect to us, and we had a great discussion about different health parts.
Usually 2 or 3 carrots is enough. You can never put enough vegetables in.
Oh, yeah. The bigger the better, it stays over the next day.
Yeah. And it always tastes better on the steak.
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
So what we've done is we've put the pepper, we've put the salt.
Yeah.
We can add the wine.
The one.
and it's 1/3 of a cup. So depending on how well you like it, you can always add more or less.
Yeah.
So that's a 1 pound of beef and 1/3 cup,
Yeah.
cup of this.
And then just about 1/3 of a cup. So that's it.
Well, I'm saying, I never use wine in any of my cooking, so.
Wine tastes good in some foods, yeah, they do.
And this is when you'll sound like the alcohol burns off
Yeah.
once you cook it, which is really nice about it. So it just adds a flavor from the tannins and that.
This one.
I like tomato paste in my curries and, kind of
Yeah.
makes it thick, makes it good, right?
That's it for that.
Then we make bhajia.
So you can see there's not very much
Good, yeah.
Yeah.
water left.
Yeah.
Do you need to,
All right. And then all we do is we scoop the potatoes on top.
now what do we do?
And then all I do is I spread this out because we don't want the beef mixture to come through when we're actually getting bang for your buck, because a lot of people are running on short budgets. So, looking at what the cost of this meal would be, and we served, I think it was 6, 8, about 10 people off of that dish, and it was less than $2 a serving. So
Right on.
everyone's full after that.
Right on. I know it was a good dinner. Yeah. Thank you very much, and we'll see you again.
Yes,
Thanks.
no problem.
So this was another very successful International Cooking Friday at Skeena Diversity. We meet at 4 o'clock, and we run, I think we plan to extend it and run all the way to December. So come join us. So Agya, thank you very much for giving us a little bit of your time and sharing your story and what you have been doing in Terrace. Yeah. So how did you end up coming to Terrace?
Well, actually, my wife and I have been in Ontario for at least 5 years, and she has a sister here, and her sister invited her to come out, and we'd been out before. We had actually lived in British Columbia before, Salmon Arm and Kelowna, and we knew we loved the mountains, and so when we were invited, it was like, yes, this is where we want to be. So it was the right timing, and we came out at the end of August. We've been here about 4 months.
Oh, nice. Wow. But you have been so busy around town. So tell us, what have you been doing?
Well, my passion, as you know, Sasha, is meditation. I've been teaching meditation for 20 years now. Actually 30 years, but 20 with this particular teaching that I'm involved in. And so I want people to de-stress. This world is getting busier and busier and more stressful. And I want people to know that they have a choice, to move the mind more inward and experience the peace that is within, that never leaves us, we just leave it. Yeah. So I'm excited to be offering the course at the Art Gallery, the library there on Thursday evenings, and that's going to be a 6-week course. I offer weekend meditation workshops. I offer one-on-one. I also teach Tai Chi. So for me, Tai Chi is movement meditation and very healing as well. So my passion is helping people to heal and be the best they can be at all levels.
Right. So say I've never done a meditation. It seems a little bit, say it could even seem scary or a bit out there. What do you tell people? How do you sort of explain how meditation looks like?
I had somebody today who said, I probably can't come because I can't sit in the lotus posture. And I laughed. I said, I can't either.
So there's a lot of myths out there.
A lot of myths to debunk. Yeah, that's what I do with the first class, definitely, is a lot of our teaching. We like to sit in like a lafuma or an anti-gravity chair, actually, because it takes the stress off of your body. And so you can meditate for a longer time because because you're so comfortable.
So what's an anti-gravity chair?
They get them at Canadian Tire. They're almost like a sun chair or a recliner, but it raises your legs up so that the force of gravity is not so much on the hips when you're seated.
I think I have lawn chairs outside like that. Maybe I should bring it inside.
Yes, I'm telling you, they're the bomb for really relaxing the body. That's been our experience, yeah.
So anytime I have done meditation, it really kind of takes me back there, all the stuff in my brain and memory. And so what does it do if I meditate?
People think that they have to stop their mind when they meditate. So most people don't meditate because they think my mind is too busy. But in fact, what we help you do is change your relationship to your mind. You're not going to stop your busy mind, but you can rest back so that you're the observer of thought instead of caught in all that mind chaos. And so when you're caught in the mind chaos, you're going to have a specific technique that helps you to come back to this moment. And in this moment is where the peace resides. And so the technique is structured so that it literally helps you have coherent brainwave patterning so that you can rest there in that space between thoughts a little bit longer than most people are used to. Yeah.
So, and it maybe helps me, all the experiences and thoughts I gathered, then I can use them for...
That's actually thought. The thoughts are stress relieving coming out of your system. A lot of thoughts in a meditation can be a good thing because for us, it's literally your body kicking out the stressors in the form of thoughts. So thoughts don't have to be a bad thing.
No, I mean that kind of helps me maybe see things in a new ways when I kind of reflect on that. Is that sort of how I could imagine it, or how our viewers could? And you know, it's really exciting. I see lots of different ways. We were joking about how many yoga places popping up and meditation. So maybe we'll be one of the most enlightened communities.
That's my intention.
Yes, that's excellent, and it's kind of one of the really exciting things of people from all over the world moving to Terrace or to our region, and we get the benefits of your education and your experience.
I like what I've seen, Sasha, here. I want to honor you and thank you because the Skeena Diversity Society has been a big leg in for me, your support and helping me get started and meet people and make connections. I really want to thank you for that.
Thank you.
And remind other people that this is a gem in our community. If you haven't walked in the doors, you need to do it because they're doing some fabulous things here.
And we're really excited having this space because then we can offer it to people like yourself or others, and then we'll benefit from the great knowledge and stuff. So let's look at, you have some great things prepared for starting very soon. So you teach the Tai Chi on Friday mornings
at the Sportsplex. That's so every Friday at 10:30.
Okay. And then you come here, do the community meditation at 1:30.
1:30 on Friday, that's right.
And then you're planning new Tai Chi class in the evening.
Yes, that's on Wednesday evening, starting next week.
And it's
the 14th.
Starting at 6.
6 to 7 o'clock. Yep.
Okay.
A 10-week course, a very simple 5-minute form people can learn and do on their own. Absolutely.
And so if people wanted to join in, say they don't find out about it till later, they can still join in, and even
the
after
Tai Chi, absolutely. They could drop in. The meditation class, they'd need to see me and we'd set up the next class.
Okay.
Once that meditation class starts, I would need to see people separately.
Right, so it's the meditation class is the one that will be at the Art Gallery?
Yes.
Starting on
Thursday the 15th.
15th,
yes.
Okay. And that's a 6-week.
That's a 6-week course, 7 to 8:30.
Yeah. And hopefully if it goes well, then you might do another 6 weeks.
I most certainly will be doing more meditation classes as the word gets out. I think it'll be a very popular event for people to experience because the healing will be profound. It's been profound in my life, and I hope that for those who come as well.
No, I know that you have brought amazing energy into our space, and I'm really thankful for that. And for myself, I often don't have time to go to different things, so it's great when it comes to
comes
my
right
second
here.
home. No, and it's been so wonderful meeting you too, Avia, and anything that we can help support is great. Yeah. So thank you for making Terrace more enlightened.
It's my pleasure, and I would like to leave people with something to consider. What is your deepest heart's desire? What do you want the most of? Do you want peace? Do you want love? Do you want joy, more joy in your life? Then don't postpone it. Don't postpone that you desire more than anything else. Give it the time it deserves, and then watch your universe transform, watch your life transform when you go for what you want most.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.